safe is Ireland? Ireland is renowned for its spectacular scenery, diverse culture, and warm hospitality. With that, millions of tourists visit Ireland every year, and some even stay for good. If you are planning a trip to this country or making it a home, you might want to check how safe it is. Welcome to All About Ireland series. This is the Life Hack Lion, the channel that gives you amazing life hacks and interesting facts. Well, there's no country in the world that is completely crime or worry-free. Ireland is relatively a safe place. It ranked as the 10th safest country on Earth. The ranking is determined by 23 factors, which include murder rate, political terror, and deaths from internal conflict. Not convinced? Then watch this video till the end. Irish Police. The police in the Republic of Ireland are known as the Gardai or Garda, while the police in Northern Ireland are called PSNI. But people will know what you mean if you say police, except for some special Garda units deployed in response to specific threats. Irish police are unarmed. Yes, you heard it right. Most Garda are unarmed because the country has pretty strict gun laws. Generally, it is illegal to own a firearm unless you live on a farm. And even then, the gun you buy has to be farm appropriate. Other exceptions are the following. The regulation of privately held small arms in Ireland is ranked as restrictive rather than permissive. It is illegal for any civilian to use, carry, or possess a firearm without a valid firearm certificate which correctly specifies the owner, the weapon, and its maximum permitted quantity. This means that rates of gun violence in the country are nearly non-existent and rates of violent crimes overall are low. On the other hand, PSNI are mostly armed as they are governed under the gun laws of United Kingdom. Gardai are in general friendly and approachable, so you should not hesitate to talk to them, especially with your safety. You'll see them walking around an area, in their Garda cars, horses, motorbikes, or bicycles, keeping an eye on things. All large towns and cities have at least one station where the public or tourists can call in if they have any concerns. In the event of an emergency, you can dial 112 free of charge from any phone, even one with no credit or without a local SIM card. Pickpockets Risk. Since Ireland is a popular tourist destination, it is expected that pickpockets operate in larger cities. Petty theft is the most common form of crime in Ireland, but following basic precaution rules should take care of this issue. If you are carrying a bag with a strap, wear the strap across your body and not loosely off your shoulder. If you place your bag on the table in a restaurant, simply fasten the strap to a chair or your leg. And never leave your valuables like passports, money, and credit cards unattended. Not even in the hotel or in the rental car. Mugging and scams risk. Although there are areas that should be avoided at night, especially around streets with pubs and bars, Ireland is relatively safe when it comes to mugging or kidnapping. Still, precaution is advised. Be wary of overly friendly people willing to give you directions, since they may lead you into a secluded area and steal from you. There is no risk of getting scammed in Ireland, but still be careful when receiving change and check it twice. Always negotiate everything in advance and be wary of people offering you unwanted help and directions. When it comes to credit cards, always keep your PIN safe and keep the card within your eyesight when paying. Also, beware of suspicious activity at or around ATMs, which may indicate credit card skimming. In general, bigger scams targeting tourists are relatively rare in Ireland. Terrorism Risk. Since the late 1990s, the threat of terrorism by Republican or loyalist paramilitaries has severely declined. International terrorism has so far bypassed Ireland. The threat is not entirely gone since the Irish are part of the British troops who are fighting in Afghanistan and Iraq. Also, Irish airports are being used by the US military. However, the government is actively preventing terrorist actions with security measures in place. Hence, the authorities should be well prepared for any terrorist incidents. In Ireland's recent history, there haven't been any terrorist attacks. Still, it's always better to take precautions. Women Travelers Risk. As a female, Ireland should not be too tricky. In fact, a lot of females travel alone through Ireland. But while sexual harassment and generally being a woman comes with its own set of concerns, Ireland is definitely one of the safer places out there. Even though Ireland is pretty safe for women traveling solo, sexually motivated assaults, while rare, still exist in Dublin. So it is advised that unaccompanied women take extra precaution measures, especially after dark. Family Travelers Risk. You might be thinking of Ireland as somewhere that's just all pubs and Guinness, but it's actually also great for families. There's a lot going on here for kids of all ages, from ancient castles and beautiful parks to stunning scenery and buzzing cities of Ireland. All have family-friendly accommodation. When you travel to Ireland with your family, you will be warmly welcomed as there's a lot of love for the little ones in Ireland. However, while pubs have become more family-friendly, they're still old school with things like age restriction in the bar area. So there are pub gardens where kids are always welcome. Transport and taxis risk. Transportation is very safe and reliable in Ireland. There's a light railway that goes between the capital, suburbs, beach towns, and neighboring counties. Dublin also has a bus network and a tram system that makes it quick to get around the city center and the suburbs. There is Uber in the country, but you cannot hire private vehicles on it, only regular taxis or limousine. Taxis, on the other hand, are very safe and widely available. To make sure your taxi is going to be safe in Ireland, the government has created an app called Driver Check. 90% of taxis in the country is on that app because if a taxi driver will not register, he or she will get fined. So, to check, simply enter the number plate of the cab or the driver's license number. You should be able to see the photo of the driver, his or her car, and his or her permit stating the allowed route of the taxi. Road risk. If you want to drive, Ireland as a whole has a good reputation for safe roads as the roads are well maintained. In 2017, Ireland reported the lowest road fatalities and they've been dropping year on year. Driving the countryside is actually epic too. Still, you need to take precautionary measures when driving in rural areas because road safety is low there. Especially in Louth County. This city has the highest level of road fences. However, in most parts of the country, road risk is very low. Also, don't forget to drive on the left. Food and water safety. Ireland has the same hygiene standards as any other country. Still, taking some precautions won't hurt you. Just make sure that the food you get is cooked properly. Don't be afraid to eat in pubs because it's pretty normal and a great way to sample the local food. So you might want to head in, grab a menu, order at the bar, and await your pub classic. Also, you might want to try a pint of the famous Guinness. Believe it or not, it's full of antioxidants and boasts prebiotics too. If you want to try out some more Irish food, there are local restaurants that offer you the taste of Irish cuisine. But if you miss your food at home, there are tons of international restaurants available that serve you great dishes. Like any other developed Western country, the water is safe to drink in Ireland. So you might as well save on plastic by not buying bottled water and bringing a refillable bottle instead. Ireland is overall very safe, and you will probably encounter no problems when traveling there. Still, do not let your guard down and be vigilant at all times. That is all for today. Do you have any requests for our next video? Let us know in the comment section below. If you find this video interesting, we'd love you to support us for more life hacks and interesting facts.